So math is the big one that everyone feels quite concerned about. Um, it's actually quite surprising how much our society values math and science as like the pinnacle of someone that is capable. Something to consider, I would say. As a homeschooler with my children over the years, even strangers would stop if they found out my kids were homeschooled. They would stop them and say, "Okay, what's 9 times 8? What's 9 times 6?" And it would always be the 9 times table, and it was always about math. And the biggest question was, "Yeah, but what about math?" And honestly, there's been studies and proof, and even my own anecdotal proof with my children, that when they want to learn math, they'll learn it when they need it. So, on the FAQs under the "What about math?" Section, there's a really neat story of a group at a Sudbury school who wanted to learn math, and they approached the teacher, and he was like, "Okay, you got to show up at this time, this day, like I'm not going to hound you." And sure enough, this group did, and they learned the entire K to 12 curriculum in under 12 weeks. How much? It might have been 8 weeks, but anyways, it's in the article. I should have looked it up before talking, but the reason why they learned it all, and these weren't even, they learned from K to grade 12, but they weren't in grade 12 yet. The reason why they were able to learn it is because their minds were ready and they wanted to learn. So years and years of grilling someone on math and memorizing multiplication tables can just be sidestepped, and when they're ready, their brain will be ready to accept that information and learn from it. There's a lot of studies and talks coming out now about how a lot of the math that's taught, like the upper level maths, just really aren't necessary for most people to know. So that's something to keep in mind as well, that the stress around math is quite heavy for high schoolers. So, just taking that into consideration of, did we really need that math that we are taught? And, for many years we were told, you gotta learn all this. You're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket. And well, like now with phones everywhere, everything accessible, and most things done automatically. It's not that we don't need math, because, quick calculations in your head are important, but I think it's worth reconsidering how much math we truly need. So when people question math, it's always what aspect of math are they worried about? And then having that conversation about that.